are you tonight? We're in the dark here, pushing the midnight oil. Welcome. Massive changes starting today, December the 3rd. Unfortunately, only for California drivers, right? And to the people that said we would not achieve anything by pushing for AB5, for pushing for change, wake up and smell the coffee. You may want to read the article and the link today that I'm going to leave beneath this video. Now, the battle, my friends, it doesn't end here, right? Like I said in my headline, I wrote, if you snooze, you lose. If you don't participate, keep on sleeping. Or you participate, you battle, you push for change, and you push and you expose and you use social media and you expose, you connect with the public and you expose, and eventually they cave. You never cave to the emails, you stay strong, you negotiate, you force them to the table, and they up the deal, and eventually you start getting there to that point where you are treated as an independent contractor. In the past, they said you were an independent contractor. That was a big fat lie. I can tell you that right now. What we are seeing today is a step towards you getting your independence. And the battle, my friends, it only starts here, because I'm not happy that this is just for California riders, these changes, right? Everyone, whether you're in New Mexico, whether you are in Colorado, Florida, Texas, Carolinas, New York, New Jersey, I don't care where you are, everyone should be privileged to these changes that we are getting in California. Now, granted, in California, we went out and we striked, we protested, we introduced this AB5 bill, we pushed, we battled, and I can tell you one of the most vocal YouTubers out there as far as this goes. And to those other YouTubers, you know who you are, that made videos and said the professor is wrong. I hope you swallow your own words tonight, right? Because when you push for change and you are prepared to battle and you're prepared to expose, right, change comes. So these changes, my fight is far from over, right? Dustin, how are you? It ended up passing the testing phase. Yeah. So the bottom line is that, you know, they dedicate a full page to California drivers only. Why? Because they pushed for the change. But in reality, Uber needs to implement this across the board, right? So here we go. A more flexible driving experience with Uber starting today and through the early months of 2020, California drivers will begin to see some changes that reflect our commitment to being a truly flexible platform. It's what they've never granted you before, what they never wanted you to have access to before. They try to control you, never allowed you to be independent, right? Saying that you were independent, but never treated you as an independent contractor. And now, because of change and because of us pushing, they have to start getting compliant in January 2020, and out they come with these changes that will benefit drivers. See the destination and fare up front. With the trip info you've asked for, you'll know what you can expect to earn and where a trip will take you, including pool trips, all before you choose to accept. You should have always had that right to choose to accept. You should have always had that right, if you were a true independent contractor, to choose your schedule. Where do I want to go? Nah, I don't want to go down there into that neighborhood. No, I don't want to go all the way down there to that neighboring city 2 hours away. No, I only want to work locally here. So you get to pick and choose and accept, right? That is being independent, right? That is what it should have always been. So the big fat lie of us always being independent contractors, we were never truly independent contractors. The only independence we had was to choose with whom we wanted to drive for. If we wanted to do Uber and Lyft, we were independent. We could go where we wish. And then the hours that we wanted to drive, right? Those factors, my friends, will always stay there. What we were fighting for were changes, better pay. They still owe us. We got to keep on pushing for that in 2020, not only for Californians, but for everyone, and also for safety. But these things here start sounding to me like you are starting to become an independent contractor, right? So you can start to choose which ones you want to accept, which ones you want to decline. Accept only the trips you want. Your acceptance rate will no longer affect your Uber Pro status and rewards. Pro points, your driver star rating, and cancellation rate will still determine your status, right? So this pro status and rewards that they were holding over you to try and control you, they can't do that, because them having control over you doesn't make you an independent contractor. And in the state of law, if California were to sue them and say, hang on one second, you're still dictating to the driver what they have to do in order to be compliant with these rewards, and you're still dictating which ones they have to choose and not choose. So only now in 2020, they're getting ready for this, will you get your independence back? That's what we've been fighting for. So I hope those AB5 naysayers, they say, oh, we'll never have these privileges back. No, we were pushing for this. And that's why time and time again, video after video, I said, do not sell out, do not sign, stand strong, and you will receive, right? And now, because remember I said before the January 2020 deadline, you're going to start seeing their offers, their real offers. Show us your real offers, and here you have it. December the 3rd. This is a massive announcement. These are massive privileges that every driver should have, not just Californians. I'm talking about everyone out there, right? So, if Uber didn't become compliant in this field, California would have been all over them. So they are showing that they want to give you this independent status, right? Create future opportunities to earn. When you provide great service to earn a 5-star rating, your rider can now add you as a favorite. Soon they'll be able to request you when scheduling a trip in advance. Straight out of the GOAT platform, straight out of the scheduling GOAT platform we've been talking about, exactly these points here, word for word, Uber announces them, right? So, hey, it's fair game. It's fair game. You can, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can copy the wheel. But these are things that were discussed ages ago, which drivers should have had, right? These scheduling opportunities and creating favorite, allowing a passenger to have their favorite drivers. These are things we've been talking about ages ago that Uber should have done ages and ages and ages ago, but they never did. And because of us pushing and pushing and pushing for change, right? Being prepared to battle, being prepared to get out there, snow or rain, protest, show up at the hubs, get in front of the cameras, talk to the media, connect with the public, humiliate Uber. Eventually, with collective input and a lot of willpower, we get there. My battle is far from over. I want to see this for all drivers across the country and abroad in other countries. My battle is far from over. I want to see increased rates and better safety reforms. But this on December the 3rd is definitely a step in the independent direction. Now I'm going to jump into the room. Dustin says exactly what I said. Should have had this option since day one. Exactly. So I think that YouTubers like myself and Dustin and others were way ahead of the curve, right? And the only way we can't say, hey, we came with these ideas. No, this is collective input. These are intelligent drivers meeting in live streams, discussing ways to make things better, discussing things that will truly work, that will truly make you an independent contractor, right? So this is a collective effort by creating these live stream rooms and having everyone chime in to make it better. So I can tell you what, Uber's sitting there taking notes, because the stuff we said, word for word, whether it's Dustin or myself, word for word, here it comes, right? And the big fat lie in the past that all of these drivers were truly independent contractors, and the people that say, oh, don't change, don't go to AB5, and AB5 is going to ruin everything because they're going to take our independent contractor status away. You were never truly independent contractors. You could never set your own rates. You could never get this freedom. You never were independent contractors. The only independence that you had was to choose who you drive for and when you drive. That's the only bit of independence you ever had. True independence is way, way more than that, and that is what we were pushing for, okay? And I'm going to have to bring this up here to dear YouTuber Uber Hints for slapping me down in the video and saying I was wrong on this, We're right, my friends, we're right. We know what we're talking about, right? Anyone that's been in big deals and negotiating big deals, you know, it's got to be a win-win situation. You don't just go in there and sign off something you don't know about, right? Show us your best cards, right? And that's what we fought for. Thank you. And I appreciate a fellow YouTuber. He's there. If you haven't subscribed to him, Dustin, for helping push this, for using his channel, for using my channel to push for reform, to push for change, to push for better conditions, right? Because we have the ability together with you, together with all the subscribers. We're nothing without the subscribers, right? But Uber goes into a channel and says, wow, he's got 40,000 subscribers. He's got 35. He's got another 8,000 here. They've got some clout, so you better start listening to them, or better go and read what the drivers have to say. And that then reflects here, my friends, right? So when you go to this page here, and to California, it says here, to California drivers keeping you in the driver's seat. No, it should say to United States and international drivers keeping you in the driver's seat. And until Uber makes those changes to that page, and they keep on pushing, keep on fighting, right? Because this should not only be a victory for Californians. Californians should not only just have these privileges that we just got today. Everyone has a right to them, right? Everyone should be able to accept, choose, decline whenever they want, right? So I'm going to read this to you. Gary Kubera, I agree, buddy. I'm sorry, but he was wrong on that, right? And this whiny surrender mode, I don't have time for those naysayers. I don't have time for those people who are dwindling in negativity and pessimism and trying to put everything down and how terrible life is. And you can't change things because they control us, and whine and bitch and cry and moan and whine. Slap that attitude out of you, man. You got to show up, right, and prepare. You got to be prepared to battle. You got to be prepared to push for change. And thank God we have social media, right? Where your voices, my voice, Dustin's voices, all of our voices just echo and resonate through all these channels and connect with the public. And Uber hates that. Uber hates that you or I or anyone out there connects with the public and holds up the mirror to them and shows where they are at fault and shows where they are lying or faking, right? When they're faking and saying, we are true, treating you as a true independent contractor. No, you're not, but thank you. You are starting to show signs that you are prepared to go and treat us like independent contractors, as we should always be, right? There has been a lot of important debate about flexible work and what it means to drive with Uber in California, and hopefully soon Arizona, New Jersey, New York, Florida, Carolina, Dakota. I don't care, every single one of them, comma separated, please. With the passage of new laws, we've been carefully considering how we could further protect your access and enhance the flexibility and transparency of the Uber platform going forward. You should have always had all of this flexibility there, Uber. You should have always had all of this transparency. Why now? Why do you wake up now and like, oh my God, we got to get this ready for 2020? No, it's because we slapped you awake. That's what we did. We collectively slapped you awake until you started showing flexibility and transparency and showing drivers that they can be independent. It is important for you to know that come January the 1st, you'll still be able to earn with Uber when and where you want as your own boss. Said that all along, right? You've told us flexibility is the number one reason you choose Uber. The ability to work entirely on your own schedule, to leave or return to the platform whenever you want, to work on the other platforms at the same time, and for each of those decisions to be fundamentally your own. That was a point, I've always said it, we would never, ever compromise on in negotiations. That is a given, my friends. If you're an independent contractor, what I just read to you, flexibility is a given and will never be taken away. But we've also heard from you that we can do more to improve the experience for drivers so you can reap the full independence that the platform can provide. We've been saying this month after month, year after year. Maybe someone woke up on the other side, right? So starting today, you'll see more information up front that will help you earn on your own terms. We will also add new features to help you build your business on our platform. And in the coming months, we will also make the fare structure more straightforward so it is clear where your earnings and fees come from. That is what you owe us, Uber, right? You cannot, I just did a video 2 weeks ago, you cannot keep someone in the dark. Hey, here's your paycheck. Hang on, but why is it so low? Where's this? Where's this? You have the right for a breakdown, my friends. You have a right to get the entire breakdown, how you earn that money, how you got to that point. And that should be completely 100% transparent. They should not be hiding monies from you, right? And again, you should all just tap yourself on the shoulders because you pushed for this. You pushed for this, right? You brought it up time and time again in the live rooms that, you know what? What are they taking out of my trip? Why are they not showing this? Exposing screenshot after screenshot after screenshot of your earnings throughout social media, throughout YouTube, throughout Facebook. You put those screenshots out there and connected with the public and said, dear public, they are hiding numbers from us. They should be transparent. You own that, so you should tap yourself on your shoulder. Well done. And I take my hat off. I salute you for pushing for that. So that is a victory that you guys got, really. We're the facilitators, folks, right? The YouTubers are the facilitators. The people that bring the change are the drivers. So starting today, you'll see more information up front that will help you earn on your own terms. We also add new features to help you build your business on our platform. And in the coming months, we will also make the fare structure more straightforward so it's clear where your earnings and fees came from. I just wanted to read that one again. Some of these changes are ones that many of you have suggested in the past. Yes, that is true. And some upcoming changes will take some time to get used to. Either way, we are confident that all of the changes will make working with Uber work better for you. The following feature updates launch today and will be fully available to all California drivers by mid-January. And again, please, dear Uber, do not just make this about California. I myself, I'm not just fighting for Californians. I happen to live in California. I happen to put all my weight behind that AB5 bill and push for change. But I'm not fighting for Californians. I'm fighting for all drivers, here and abroad. So this needs to be state by state, right? They should have enjoy the same privileges. You'll see trip information up front so you can make informed decisions. Let's just say in California. No. You'll see trip information up front so you can make informed decisions in California, in Arizona, in Texas, in Alabama, in Carolina, and so on and so on. You get what I'm trying to get at, right? By seeing your pickup trip time, distance, destination, and fare up front, you'll know what you can expect to earn and where a trip will take you, all before you accept on every trip in California, and add to that in Arizona, in Alabama, in Texas, blah, blah, blah. Again, they're getting this completely wrong when they're focusing just on California. It's got to be way, way bigger than this, folks, right? The dollar amount you see is the estimated amount you'll take home after Uber's service fee. If you accept the trip, your final earnings calculation will not change and is still based on the actual time and distance of the trip. Now, I'm going to put this link for everyone there because obviously they have published and send this email to California drivers only, but every driver should have the privilege to read and enjoy the same points as these. We didn't fight just for Californians, guys. We fought for everyone. This applies to all trips, including pool. You'll see the same upfront destination information when riders are added to your pool trips, with upfront fare estimate coming soon. As a reminder, rejecting, here we go, look at this little clause now. As a reminder, rejecting requests for discriminatory reasons, including rejecting trips solely to avoid particular neighborhoods, violates Uber's community guidelines and California law. You can review our community guidelines here. Now, when you allow for change and allow for flexibility and allow people to be independent, the drivers, should pick the information that suits them, right? You can't have it both ways. You can't now say, hey, we listen to you and we're allowing you to be flexible, but we're not allowing you to be flexible because if you're unflexible and leave these neighborhoods out, we stamp you as a discriminatory driver and we deactivate you. So I'm sorry, Uber, but you can't have it both ways here. If you're allowing for freedom, if you're giving us that stamp of approval for true independency, we should decide where we drive. And you should not be able to slap us with any discriminatory hearings or charges or deactivations over that, right? So again, you cannot have it both ways, Uber, right? The driver should be in the front seat. It's the driver's car. He or she should have the choice and the freedom to go wherever they want and pick up whoever they want, where they want, when they want, right? Period. So here they say, accept only the trips you want to take and your Uber Pro status won't be affected. So before they were dangling this Uber Pro status above, oh, we'll take it away. I made a video about this yesterday, right? Where maybe even today, where they, before the change kicked in, where they say, you know, you mess around here and you don't follow our instructions, we kick you out of the system and we degrade you. We take your gold medal away. You might have a bronze, you might have a silver, you might have no medals. You can't do that anymore. You can't punish people with this reward system. I've said it time and time again. Here it is. They're finally acknowledging that they can't do that. But folks, this cannot only be for California drivers. This has to be for everyone, right? So Uber Pro points, your driver star rating and cancellation rate will still determine your status. And remember, if you have a safety concern after arriving at the pickup location or your rider doesn't show up, your cancellation rate won't change. Your cancellation rate won't change, right? That's the definition of being independent, because it shouldn't affect you. You should have the freedom to choose. I want to jump in there briefly. Pay Torsten, Uber. Says Gino Tamayo, I tried to turn app on and I didn't get these features. Well, are you in California, my friend? Gino, are you in California? Gary Cabetta, how are you, my friend? Ace, the Surge Monster. Los Angeles has it and OC has it, correct. So you guys know we've been preaching this the last 6 months, right? You know that we say stay strong, stay firm, and they're going to make announcements in December, right? If you stay strong you stay firm, go back to all of my videos on how we negotiate, they will come and start showing their colors in December. Didn't I say that? Probably 3 weeks before, 3 weeks before the 1st of January. Those were my exact words. And in fact, we were in the first week, so there's 3 weeks more to go. And here they go. Here are the changes. And this is you. This is us together staying strong, period. Guys, thank you. You know what? Thank you for standing up and believing in yourself, right? And taking a position, owning something. All of you own something here. You own an outcome that you deserve. You own this, right? And everyone here helped and chimed in for California for AB5, and everyone, and I'm not going to stop until everyone reaps these rewards, right? You guys did this for California, right? This is what we all deserve. We truly deserve independent contractor status, right? But it doesn't stop with California, folks. Your input, your energy, your willpower, your battle power, it's made a massive impact in California, and we're not stopping in California. That is what these fools on the top in Uber don't. They think, oh, we're going to keep California happy for a while. No. We carry on. We carry on marching to their doorsteps until they say all of these conditions are not just for Californians, but they belong to the Dakotas. They belong to the East Coast. They belong to the West Coast. They belong to everyone. Everyone should have independent, true independent contractor privileges. They say we're going to build more products that help you grow your business with Uber. And this truly, word for word, my team, what we programmed on the GOAT side, on the greatest of all time rideshare scheduling platform. This is it. I mean, I've taken it could straight out the GOAT playbook. You should be able to earn more by providing your customers with great service. Starting today, providing a 5-star trip for your riders will create an opportunity for more business later, right? So you show up and you show that rider 5-star, right? They now have the ability to create a relationship with you. Exactly how we programmed it in GOAT. After a 5-star rating, your rider can now add you as a favorite, right? Remember, I always said a rider gets top 5 favorites. It goes to his first favorite. If he declines, it goes to the second. If he declines, it goes to the third. Go back in the videos and look at that, right? Travis Cordell Kalanick. Exactly, there I did it for you guys. Travis Cordell Kalanick offloading all his shares. Selling. He wants out. He sent Uber a very clear message. I want out. And he's selling. So in early 2020, riders will be able to request their favorite drivers when scheduling a trip in advance, giving you the first opportunity to accept the reservation request as soon as the ride is scheduled. If you give a rider a 1-star rating, you won't be matched on future rides. Straight out of the GOAT playbook. Now, here's what's interesting. There's several points underneath here. It says, what is changing on my offer card? Is the fare estimate on the offer card guaranteed? How are you calculating the fare estimate? Is surge included in the fare estimate? What if my rider adds a stop or changes the destination? Why are you removing the acceptance rate as a criteria for Uber Pro Gold, Platinum, or Diamond eligibility? What will happen when a rider favorites me? Why is Uber making these changes? Are these features only available to drivers in California? So let me start with the last one. Are these features only available to drivers in California? Their answer, yes. These features are available to California drivers only. As with all feature launches. We will monitor the effects of the change to ensure the experience is working properly and it doesn't create any unintended issues for drivers or riders. We will continue to evaluate expanding these features beyond California in the future. That is a big fat lie unless you push for these features beyond California. They don't want to roll out these features beyond California. They had to roll them out in December because we pushed them. We relentlessly battled them for the change in California, and they are forced to do this by 2020. Do they want to do this for Florida, Texas? No. So, the only way you get to expand these features to the other states is, once again, stand together, collaborate, and use social media. So we are not giving up. We've just set the platform for 2020. Ace the Surge Monster says, Tony West, the chief legal officer, is not a stupid guy. I disagree with you. And I'll tell you why. He, as one individual, has done more damage to the brand and created more hostility from drivers by coming out and making that announcement, right? It's basically like saying, you never built the company. You're not worthy. We didn't need you. We did not need the drivers. So I don't agree with your statement there, that he is not a stupid guy. I think he is clumsy and is not a PR genius, right? Because on that front, he's done so much damage to that brand, the way he alienated the drivers by using those choice of words. He, in the grander scheme of things, he's trying to fly under the radar because he foresees massive, massive problems in 2020 if they don't do this, right? And the only way they did this is by us forcing their hand. So I don't think he's the big genius. I would say the genius lies with the drivers. So I have to disagree with Ace, the Surge Monster there. Poke because he is a genius as far as diving into failure. That, my friend, I agree with that statement. He dove straight into failure. He dove straight into brand damaging, whatever you want to call it, right? Brand damage. We should be shooting for 85-15, says Journey with Jordan. You see, so this is one big battle won, and that's, the money or the ratio, the payment ratio. Remember good old days, 75-25. We got to get paid more, and we deserve more safety. So in that area, Elias, thank you, my friend. There's Elias is in the house. Thumbs up. I'm going to give all those thumbs up straight back to him. He sends me an endless stream of great articles, and I appreciate you. James Skidmore, 80-20 is better. Tony West. Abstract Echo in the house. Welcome. Catch up. So why is Uber making these changes? These features are in response to feedback from drivers and the passing of new laws in the state of California. So these features are in response to feedback from drivers. They didn't want to give us this. We pushed for this. Some changes will take time, will take some getting used to. On balance, we are confident that they will improve your experience on our platform. They will improve our experience because we pushed for that improvement. You didn't just give us that improvement. We fought for that improvement, right? So Robert McDonald says, I just got the new Uber TOS update and I pretty much told them to shove it. The canned assholes kept bringing up my background check. So you can carry on driving, so you accept, but you then afterwards you opt out. You have 30 days. Remember, this was all done on November the 26th, so you probably have till the December the 25th to opt out. And I put a video, just go back 2 or 3 videos. I gave you the form on how to opt out with Lyft. I gave you the form how to opt out with Lyft, so that they cannot strip you of your legal rights and say, hey, guess what? You have to go through the American Arbitration Association. For those people that don't opt out, one day when when lawyers or class actions are collecting earnings, or you deserved overpay, or you didn't get your minimum wages and they owe you a lot of money, if you went this route and you did not opt out, good luck to you getting your money back. But for the people that opted out and can either go to small claims court, I just helped a guy package up a $10,000 small claims court yesterday, spent 1 hour with him packaging it up, so he gets 10 grand for 3 months that Uber took away from him, where they said he was driving illegally and was not registered with the DMV, got the proof from the DMV that everything was legitimate, so they owe him for 3 months. So we put in a $10,000 claim. Now, had he forgot to opt out, he would have to go through arbitration. Uber owns the arbitrators, right? They own them. They give them business, right? The loyalty of arbitrators is towards Uber, not towards you. Remember that. But if you're in front of a judge will look at the merit of the case, right? What complaints are you bringing forward on this very day? Tell me, plaintiff, right? So please, please, please do not forget to opt out of that thing. I've given you the wording. I could not make it easier for you guys, right? Made it very, very simple with my friends at Rideshare Drivers United. Say, we need this. We need the wording. I have a great paralegal as well, who's been helping out, who's been getting the wording together for you. You got to take your power back. And this is what this is all about. This is about drivers taking their power back. This December the 3rd is a victory for California drivers, and soon in 2020 for all drivers. What will happen when a rider favorites me? How will I benefit from this? Riders can now add you as a favorite driver in the app. You and other drivers will be able to see how many riders have favorited you. Interesting one, right? You and other drivers will be able to see how many riders favorited you, right, in your profile starting next month. Now that privilege, right? Any driver should know who favored, who likes me, who enjoyed my trip. Oh, he did. Yes, I remember him. Oh, yes, that driver did. Yes, I remember that was a great trip. Why doesn't every driver in every state have that privilege, my friends? Shouldn't just be for California. Trey Fauntleroy says, if you opt out, can Uber stop you from stop your driving privileges? No, they cannot. They have a non-retaliation clause in there. So they show in the wording, in the legal wording, that they will not retaliate. And I have seen no retaliation. And if they were to retaliate, they have another massive, massive problem, because the lawyers would be all over them if the drivers got their power and then they were trying to strip them from those powers once again. There would be a second round of class action lawsuits. So Uber is very careful there. You will not be stripped of your driver's rights or privileges if you opt out, folks. You're just taking your legal rights back and not just handing it over to them and having them strip you of it. You are holding on to those legal rights. If something comes up in the future, in the future, and the company owes you monies for, some shenanigans that they did in the past, and they have to pay up. They owe you that money. Super Channel Awesome Time says, I want to opt out, but what if we agreed to arbitration in previous terms of services? Okay, so these terms of services are constantly updated, right? So if you get your latest set of terms of service, where they specifically the one on November the 26th, read it and read it again. If you are opting out, you're opting out on that one, right? So you can still get your rights back. Beast of Texas says, it sounds like employees to me instead of independent contractors. I hate to disagree with you. What you see here is more the verbiage of what a true independent contractor should be, right? So, not sure where you're getting that from. Flexibility to choose when to drive, flexibility to choose with whom to drive, and all these other privileges, flexibility to choose your trips, to cancel if you want. Where are you seeing all the signs of an employee status here, Beast of Texas? Please explain. You know, when Go Donny Com says, absolutely, it's going to work out. Just be patient, good information. The bottom line is, yeah, he's right and say we got to be patient and wait for them to put an offer on the table. I said it would come in December, right? I said 3 weeks before the deadline, they're going to present their true colors. But up before that, we stayed firm. We were patient. We didn't just take the bait and accept that offer. We didn't just take the first offer. I said, nope, show us a better offer. You can do better than that. Show us a better offer. You can do better than that. So I agree with you. Be patient. Don't be desperate. Please don't be desperate. Be patient and get the best possible package you can before January the 20th. This, my friends, is a massive step in the right direction. And it cannot only be for Californians. It has to be for everyone. Everyone should be treated as a true independent contractor that can pick and choose his trips as he or she wishes, cancel when he or she wishes. It's your car, your rules, your office, right? They are simply a transportation company that are bringing you the bookings. You are executing on those bookings. You are the fulfillment of those bookings. You're the driver, right? You should be able to even change the fares. What Uber says, if you read the terms of service on November the 25th, they say, when we set a fare, you have the right to negotiate a lower fare. What they leave out is you have the right to negotiate a higher fee. Right now, an independent contractor can determine his or her own fee, right? So in the true definition of an independent contractor, you should control those rates. Worldwide, baby. David Morse has got it right. Leo Casamenta in the house. Amen, my friend, to you. Thank you. Interesting one, Robin McDonald. I'll look into that again. But I opted out of that one way back in 2015 as well. I've opted out of every single one that they've sent. Roselle Rodriguez says, I stopped after getting sexually assaulted twice. Will I be better protected if I start working again? I hope so, because you certainly don't deserve to go through that. I'm very sorry to hear that. That saddens me. That is not right. Very, very sorry that happened to you. Good questions. Star YRZ, do you have a take on London voting out Uber, at least for now? Yeah, I do have a take on that. And it's very, very simple. It's not complicated at all. London said to Uber, you have 60 to 90 days to be compliant on the following issue. We want to see certain changes to safety to show us that you are creating a more safer environment. We want to see those changes in the app, right? So we have to see that. And we also don't want multiple drivers to be able to use the same account and abuse the system. If they don't have a driver's license or they failed a background check in the UK, they should not have access or privileges to that platform, which means those individuals are taking away jobs from other legitimate UK London taxi drivers, right? There was a big argument. I think there were over 14,000 fake profiles, and they said you have 60 to 90 days to come compliant. Otherwise, we're stripping you of your license. Now, let's take a step back, right? Now, Mr. Uber London here, right? Travis Co., Dara Kay and Co., who don't abide by laws, who say, we'll do all the shenanigans, we'll do all the wrongs, catch us if you can, and then please slap us with a lawsuit. We'll sort it out later, right? So they did nothing. They thought they were above the law. They don't have to comply within that 60, 90 days. London slaps them down, revokes the license. Now they wake up, right? They're buying time. And now it goes to appeal. So all of those drivers in London, they will stay on that platform while the appeal process is going on, right? If they lose on appeal, that's it. Those drivers are chopped off. Why do you think that Ola came in? Why do you think that these other companies just slid in right there? They saw a great opportunity to move into that London void, right? This week, they all just started off, right? Registering drivers, these other outside companies, right? Because they saw, looks like Uber's on the way out. If Uber loses on appeal, if Uber does not get their act together, right, before that appeal, they're done. They're fried. So this attitude of being above the law, we know it all, doesn't work. And that doesn't just go for business. That goes for politics and many, many other parts of life, my friends. Sammy J says, will this live stay up after it's over? I'm just joining and would like to go back and watch. Absolutely, my friend. Come back and watch it anytime. It'll be there for you. It's live to participate right now, so you can jump in. Roy Watkus, what are you missing? The only thing I can say that what Roy Watkus from Vegas is missing is that these privileges are missing from Vegas, and that we have to keep on fighting for Nevada, Vegas, Reno drivers to get these same privileges that we just received on December the 3rd. So that's what I can say in a nutshell. You'd have to go through that link, go over the first 47 minutes of my video, right, where I specifically talk about these points. More flexible driving experience with Uber, see the destination and fare up front, accept only the trips you want, and create future opportunities to earn. Question the timing, 3 weeks before January the 2020. Why? Why do you think in December? Because they're running out of time and they're running out of options. So got to make it attractive to California. But they also need to make it attractive to the rest of the United States, right? These are things that any independent contractor should rightfully have and enjoy, these type of freedoms. Why only now? And I'll tell you why only now. Because we punished them, we lashed them, death by 1,000 cuts, my friends. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Finally, it sinks in. Any link available? Let me type it out here. There is. Arizel Rodriguez, do I have to get my own lawyer first for the sexual assault part or for getting back into the driver's seat? If you could just clarify. You don't have to discuss this in a live room. If you want to talk privately, you can text me. I'm not expecting you to answer those type of questions here with an audience after what you've been through. Romeo Bacala in the house. All the companies changing their game plan now before. Yep, they better change their game plan because we're gonna. The Joker is out. True. Bill Sam. Next, Uber has to be defined as a transportation company, not as a tech company. Now, everyone knows that they're a transportation company. They are on record using the words, will be the Amazon of transport, of transport, of transport. Everything that they did up to the point of creating, Uber Eats, Uber Jobs, Uber Money. Those are just distraction techniques so that they can say that they're a tech company to try and circumvent AB5. But the truth is, they will lose on every single move if they try and classify themselves purely as a tech company. The industry, California, the other states know they are a transportation company. They are on record as being a transportation company. They are boasting being the Amazon of transport. No way to get out of that. Sorry, Tony West. Sorry, Derek Kay. I have to slap you down on that one. True. So Abstract Echo is right when he says, can we sue Uber for refusing their forced TOS update? No, because there's no way to quantify monetary damages. How are you going to show monetary damages on that, right? If you're making a claim for $10,000, show how you lost $10,000. The guy that I helped yesterday, the driver, I said to him, okay, so Uber says the DMV wouldn't allow you to drive for these 3 months and they revoked your license. He goes, no, I have proof and evidence. I said, send it over to me, that I was fully compliant with the DMV and I was an active driver during those 3 months. Okay, so now he has a claim for those three months. What damages did he incur in those 3 months if they cut him off saying that was their excuse? They terminated him because they thought that the DMV had terminated him. DMV hadn't terminated him. So now those 3 months, you could have to go prior those 3 months. What was he averaging weekly? What was he averaging monthly? What did he lose out on based on their wrongful deactivation? Roughly $9,000 something. Package it up, bring the proof of the DMV, bring the proof of average earnings. You have a monetary claim that they wrongfully took those 90 days away from you. Go after them, and he'll win it. Arizal, you're welcome. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being open. Kevin Lee, I did a long food delivery in which the navigation took me to the wrong spot. When I got down, I saw 3 guys who were holding guns, and one of them had a rifle at 10 p.m. in one of the worst areas. Wow. Wow. Kevin Lee says, I really thought it was the end. I apologized to the guy and just went home without delivering. I risked my life for $6. Okay, so extremely sorry you went through that. And again, on that, Kevin Lee, I would go and see an attorney. I really would, right? Because the company put you in that situation. You should have had the flexibility to choose where you wish to drive and where not. You don't want to drive. So by them forcing you into that situation, creating that situation, I ask you kindly to go opt out of the agreement and go and see an attorney. Any link to opt out of Lyft, I did put that in my video, in my Lyft video. I did put the link underneath. Nightjack is my answer to you. Go back a few of my videos, it's there. Covered the Lyft opt-out, I covered the Uber opt-out. Both the wording, everything is there. Just cut and paste, and make sure when you opt out, you are sending it from the email that they have on record, right? The email that you registered with at Lyft or at Uber. That is where the sender has to be, from that email, from your email that they have on record for that account, right? Otherwise, things don't match up. You're welcome. Absolutely welcome. Moose 54321 says, do you have any concerns about Section 8 of the new terms of service that concerns insurance and workman's comp? I've briefly read it. I don't have it in front of me right now. I would rather refresh my memory, reread it, and give you a qualified answer. And you deserve an answer on that, so I owe you an answer. Okay, folks, I mean, I covered everything here. I'm also going to leave that link for you underneath this live feed. I appreciate you guys. Let's get to the 60-minute mark. We'll go like another 4 minutes. I can do that. But all in all, they showed their true colors. We stood together. We didn't just sign off. We didn't just show them, hey, we're desperate. We're going to take your first offer. We're going to take a second offer. No, we say, show us what you got, man. You can do better. Show us what you got. You can do way, way better. Show us more that you have. You can do way, way better. David Morse, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being an awesome subscriber. Don't forget to opt out, please, guys. There's no retaliation from Uber. They even state that in their terms of service that they will not retaliate on that. You have the freedom and the right to opt out. I want you to retain your legal rights for future. Roy, love you, man. My shout out to Vegas there. Everyone across the country, all stay safe, all drive safe, and we are not stopping. We are not stopping the show until everyone gets these privileges. Every single little city, big or small, or metropolitan, or even a tiny little zip code, or a small little town, if you registered there and you're not receiving these privileges, I'm not happy. That means I haven't done my job yet. I haven't finished my job. We keep on going until we have all of these independent contractor rights restored for everyone, right? And the only way we get there is that we stick together and we battle. And in my title, it said, if you snooze, you lose. If you want to go lie down on the couch, right, and sleep through this and dream, and hopefully that your dreams come true, good luck to you. But if you're willing to get out there and talk the talk, walk the walk, and battle the battle, then I'll join forces with you. So Nightjacker says, on other news currently at Disneyland, happiest place on earth, waiting for a ride to LA, seems a bit slow tonight. And I would guess because of the rain. It started raining tonight, so maybe the people fizzled out already. Ace the Surge Monster says, Torsten, what do you think about Laxit? Laxit is a complete disaster in peak times. Again, once proven on Thanksgiving again and the days afterwards. Was anybody down there on Thursday, or was anybody down there at the end of Thanksgiving weekend when all the travelers were coming back on Sunday and Monday? A disaster, right? So it semi-functions. It functions okay during quiet periods, right? But God forbid you have these massive peak times. It all falls apart. It all backs up, clogs up like a toilet, filled up with too much toilet paper and too much crap, and it goes all the way out into all of these feeding highways, Sepulveda, Century, Skyway, and it clogs it all up like a plumbing system. Gets overloaded, and then people get aggressive. they honk, they fight, they scream, road rage. I've seen it all in the last few days. So that's my answer to you. Now Laxit right now, Azure Logix is there, should probably be okay because the thunderstorms, like the real heavy traffic, should be over, right? On this Tuesday. That was mainly Saturday, Sunday, Monday, when all of those travelers suddenly come back. And then on top of it, you have all of these crazy weather patterns, snowstorms, delays, thousands of flights canceled. So that'll all impact Laxit, definitely. Abstract Echo said it. Laxit is a cluster, F-U-C-K. Only reason why I'm not saying that word out loud is I might have parents out there that are tuned in that have their kids in the background, right? So Laxit is a cluster, F-U-C-K. Yep. Creeping along in all the lanes. That's it. Like a slow disease, that Laxit. Laxative. Iski says, I was on a $10 surge, waited 30 minutes, and never got a ride on Friday. I'm sorry to hear that. They owe you that money, my friend. All right, we made it to the 1 hour mark. I appreciate you guys all. Promise me that we keep on fighting. We're not going to snooze. We're not going to lose. We're going to battle and win, right? For all of us, right? Not just for California. We don't stop here, folks. This is a big wake-up call. This delivery on December the 3rd, what they're willing to do, what they're starting to warm up to, needs to be done for all. So promise me this, that we collaborate and that we all stick together and that we all win. And talking about winning, Andy Ruiz, right? Andy Ruiz, I need you to win that fight against Anthony Joshua. So huge shout out to Andy Ruiz. We're behind you, buddy. Bring that title to Mexico. Bring that title to California. And Anthony Joshua, I hope you see the canvas, buddy. So another victory, please. This is one victory. I need another victory for Andy Ruiz. Just had to throw that in as a huge boxing fan. Abstract Echo. I'm reciprocating, my friend. I am reciprocating. Reciprocation throughout the nation. Reciprocation throughout the nation. There we go. Spotlight on you guys. All of you. Jose Almeida in the house. Good morning, my friend. Exactly. Super Channel Awesome Time. I like that. Super Channel Awesome Time. Super Channel Awesome Time. Super Channel Awesome Time. Super Channel Awesome Time. You guys rock, my friends. You guys rock. Have a great Wednesday. Great hump day. And keep the battle alive. Please stick together, fight together, battle together. We'll win together. Okay? Very, very, very simple formula, right? See what we already achieved? Now let's bring that victory to every driver. Every driver should be able to accept only the trips they want. Every driver should be able to see the destination and the fares up front. Every driver should have access to future opportunities. Correct? Wrong or right? Right. Likewise, always enjoy having you guys. You guys motivate me, you pump me up, you get me excited, you keep me going, you give me the energy to go for an hour. See, goes by like that. Boom, you can do it. I can do it, you can do it. Want to see your channel. Alex Flores in the house. And what happens when they don't? What happens when who doesn't do what? Tell me. I'm waiting, Alex Flores. Alex Flores says, and what happens when they don't? When they don't what? ... Finish the sentence, Alex. Sandyman 45. Sage are tougher. Exactly. Icing, we need the icing on the cake, Jose. Double D in the house. So what the heck is happening? You just came, you know, when the party's on fire and everybody's dancing and having fun, the party's going and drinks, and the party starts fading away 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. That's the moment that Double D comes in and says, what's going on, folks? Where's the party? Party just ended, right? So you have to go back and check it out. Giving the opportunity to see where the passenger is going. Correct. That will be available to California drivers. And like I said, Alex, we're going to push until everyone gets this. Everyone should have these privileges, right? The Rideshare Rush, what's up? What's up, room? I like it. What's up, room? What's up, Chambers? What's up, Kaza? What's up, house? I like that. What's up, room? What's up in the room? What's up in the attic? Alex, share the secret, my friend. Make a lot of people happy. Anyways, I've got to get some sleep. I'm getting up in a few hours. Getting up early. Oh yeah, there was a nice little screenshot I wanted to share with you guys. Really, really nice one. Tomorrow I'm going to do a breakdown. I'm going to do a video if anybody's interested in a new Camry. Over 120,000 miles, breaking down the costs, breaking down the actual expense per mile on a Camry, if anybody's interested in that, and going into a lot of details with tire changes, oil changes, etc., if that would interest anyone. And then I also did a calculation here on a used Prius, bought for $7,500 on a 2012 Prius, also over 120,000 miles. What were the exact costs? What was the depreciation? What were the total gas expenses? What were all the tire fees based on 40,000 miles, doing a complete tire change, brake changes every 20,000 miles, and that was based on 120,000 miles put on this 2012 Prius. Very, very, very interesting actual expense per mile costs, right? Breaking it down into the tiniest little factors. If anybody's interested in that, I'm going to share those two examples, the Camry and the Prius, which are probably the two most common and popular rideshare vehicles out there. Thanks, Alex. That's really a hot. Anybody wants to listen to a real hot tip? Alex, big shout out and thank you to Alex. He gave you a great tip if you're on Uber Eats. Kankar Ashik Raza, Professor, please say something about $30 an hour from next month. We'll get there. This is one part here. We'll get to the money and the safety issue in one of the next few videos. We keep on pushing. Sandy man, that's a funny one. No, I'm not the hardest working man. Just having fun, guys. Just having fun. Having fun. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. Somebody just sent me from 2 to 8. Cool. Let's see, can I find a joke here? Let me see if I can find a joke, a rideshare joke. Maybe we can tell a little rideshare joke. Here's a funny joke for you. It's one joke and then we're gonna call it a night, right? So a passenger taps his taxi driver on the shoulder, right? Driver's driving. Passenger could be a rideshare driver, could be an Uber or Lyft driver or a taxi driver. Passenger's in the back, taps the driver on the shoulder. The driver shits himself, swerves, nearly hits a bus, and stops inches from a shop window. F-U-C-K me, fuck me, you're jumpy, aren't you? I only tapped your shoulder. And he goes, sorry, I'm so sorry, says the cabbie driver. It's my first day. I've been driving a fucking hearse for the last 20 years. He thought a dead man just awoke. Oh, you sent it? Thank you. Go, Donnie. I'll check it out. Donnie, won't you come on home, Johnny? That's a funny one, right? Jokes are important, and we've got to keep, you guys got to keep them coming in the live streams. In all live streams, you've got to share jokes, keep it light, keep it real. Humor is very, very important, my friends. You can't just keep it serious. Got to laugh a little bit, right? Got to laugh and have fun. Breathe, unwind, smile, and then we can get serious again. I wish you a good night. Drive safe. Happy Wednesday. Have a good one. And again, promise me that we don't snooze, so we won't lose, and that we'll battle and that we'll win. To all of you, I appreciate you. Until next time, good night.